ourselves.
We've all felt it, and our first instinct is usually to try to hide it or make it go away. We're talking about shame.
But what if we're trying to get rid of it and it's giving it more power? That is the question that we have today.
That's right. Our next guest, Dr. Frank Spinelli, author of The Shame Compass, says learning to understand shame can help us turn self-judgment into self-understanding. Welcome, Doctor.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
This is universal, right?
First, describe what shame is, because you think shame it goes in a number of directions. What is shame and how is it felt?
Well, shame is a human emotion, and you experience it in the body, and it's attached to some biological function. That's why saying you should suppress shame is ridiculous. It would be like saying stop being happy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You can't do it.
Yeah, you say trying to get rid of shame is actually makes it
stronger.
Gives more power to the shame.
Right.
Yeah.
So imagine shame is like a beach ball, and you want to suppress it, and you hold it underwater. Can you do it? Yes. But then something happens. Somebody at work says something snarky, and you snap, and the beach ball comes out. And so your reaction is above and beyond to what the situation was. So in the book, Shame Compass, I really try to teach you how to understand what shame is saying to you instead of trying to suppress it or trying to outrun it.
Right.
I'm getting confused between the two, shame and guilt. I always am like, there's a difference. It's not the same thing.
Absolutely, there's a difference, but we often link them together. So the best way to understand it is guilt is behavioral. I did something wrong and I feel badly about it. Shame is identity. It's I'm bad. So the problem with the difference is guilt is something you can learn from. I insulted somebody. I feel badly about it, so I'm going to apologize. You can't apply guilt solutions to shame's problems because it's identity. It's that voice in your head that's saying you're a bad person.
So it's more overwhelming for the being itself as shame. Like you have encompassed that you are a bad person as shame.
Yes, exactly.
As opposed to
I did something wrong. I'm sorry.
Right.
I apologize.
Exactly.
Okay. You personally experienced trauma, and you had a lot of shame. How did you work through that?
Well, when I was a child, I had a traumatic childhood from the ages of 11 and 13, and I was very fortunate. I had the help of some wonderful therapists, and lo and behold, became a doctor, and I'm a success. And then something happened to me that happened to all of us. We went through the 2020 pandemic, and in that isolation is where shame breeds. So all the feelings of shame that I thought I had outrun came back. And I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I said, why am I trying to outrun shame? What if I leaned into it? What if I listened to that voice and instead thought, where is it pointing me towards? And maybe what is it protecting me from?
There's something called shame literacy, and it's something that we should all be acclimated with, right?
Absolutely. Well, that's another one of the steps that I teach in the book is really trying to understand that voice in your head, because you're going to get trapped in shame spirals. You're bad. Something bad happened to you, therefore bad things happen to you because you're bad, and you can't break out of it. So in the book, I teach you how to understand what is the thoughts that is coming to your head in that voice, and learn to differentiate what are the thoughts and are they facts, because most likely that voice in your head is not your own. It was installed by someone else, maybe when you were young, or maybe like an ex-wife or a husband, when you were traumatized and you didn't have the language to fight back, and so you installed it in your brain and you listened to it.
Right. And I think sometimes, like your own experience, you thought you had dealt with it, but then at the least convenient moment,
be alone with your thoughts and COVID, and
next thing you know, somebody says something.
You talk about self-judgment and moving from self-judgment to self-understanding. What is that? How do we do that?
Well, it's very important to understand that what happened to you, whatever the incident was, whatever traumatic experience, was not your fault. It did happen to you, and you have to understand that shame is not going to go away. You have to learn to move through it and understand it. And so I believe that you have to use shame as information, not indictment about who you are. You know, when we talk about shame resilience, it's not about learning tools to prevent you from falling down. It's having the tools to get back up.
Is there a personality type that's more susceptible to shame that you found in your experience?
Most likely, overachievers tend to exhibit the most shame.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm under. I'm good. I am ground floor, baby.
Well, thank you, doctor. Very,
Thank
very
you.
useful information. And thank you for being so transparent with
Yeah.
your own
Thank
experience.
you for having me.
We appreciate it. Pick up a copy of the book, The Shame Compass, A Radical Framework for Trauma, Healing, and Self-Acceptance. You can get it wherever books are sold.